Well, this Polestar 3 is an all-electric two-row, five-passenger SUV with handsome looks, a roomy interior, lots of tech features. It's got about 500 kilometers of range on a full charge, and those charging times are pretty quick. Best of all, it is a joy to drive, and 0 to 100 km/h times come in at under 5 seconds. I'm Jeremy Cato, and this is CatoCarGuy.com. Thanks for watching, and if you have not already subscribed, please do, and hit that like button and ring the bell. What you're looking at here will run you about 100 grand plus fees and taxes, but it's modern, the technology is smart, and best of all, it is a superbly entertaining electric SUV on the driving experience. What you don't get here is full level 3 autonomous driving. What's offered here is more along the lines of GM's Super Cruise or Ford's Blue Cruise. If you're looking at rivals to test drive, well, have a look at the more expensive BMW iX, the Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV 350 Plus, and for a vehicle, an EV vehicle that punches above its weight, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. And if you're looking for a bargain in a plug-in rival, Mitsubishi's Outlander plug-in electric vehicle is really something you should also test drive. The long-range dual-motor powertrain here, well, about 517 horsepower, and the power comes on, it's creamy. It just comes on so smoothly and progressively and predictably. It's just a delight to dip into the throttle. Stopping, well, it's tidy and predictable whether you're in regular brake mode or in one-pedal mode, which really is the kind of feature that really plays itself out well in stop-and-go driving. And once you're moving, this really is an agile, all-electric SUV. At high speeds, well, it's very stable and planted. The steering is accurate, and the response is all very predictable. In sum, this is a rig you'll really want to take on a road trip. I really want to emphasize the Polestar 3's comfort story. It absorbs road imperfections beautifully, and when there is no pavement at all, it's still a very comfortable ride. The cabin is quiet. You barely hear road tire and wind noise. The back seats are comfortable and roomy. The front seat's supportive and well cushioned, and there's loads of head and leg room. Large doors make it super easy to climb in given the low step-in height. I love this cabin, and not just because the seats are so tremendously comfortable. The design aesthetic is modern without being over the top, really quite Scandinavian, which is what you would expect from Polestar. Now, what you have here is a touchscreen through which everything about the car, virtually everything, operates. And it's pretty functional. It doesn't take very long to get used to. By the way, it's Google operated, Android operated, but you can sync your Apple smartphone with Apple CarPlay. Now, down here at the base of the screen, you have some redundant controls for the climate, and one touch here of the vehicle icon, and you get access to some of the more important quick adjustments that you need to make, such as driver adjustments or opening the trunk. All in all, it doesn't take long to learn how to use this touchscreen, but it is kind of weird because even the steering wheel adjustments go through the screen. And look at all the back seat room. Look at all the leg room. This front seat is adjusted for me, and I have, oh my gosh, I've got so much leg room, so much headroom, lots of elbow room. This is a very, very roomy back seat. And the big panoramic glass sunroof, the only downside that I can think of to that is that it might get pretty warm in here, which means you'll have the air conditioning working pretty hard to keep you cool. This cargo space is adequate and it's nicely finished, but it's certainly not best in class. You have the standard features like tie-down hooks and so on, but in terms of actual volume, space for your goods, you can find better in other models. The Polestar 3 comes loaded with safety features, but I will say that the driver aids, well, their interventions are too aggressive, and frankly, I turned most of them off because I found them really irritating, especially in the urban driving environment. Energy efficiency is not best in class, so you may find yourself charging more frequently than you had expected when you first got your Polestar 3. The maximum claimed charging speed is 250 kilowatts, so to fill the battery from 10% to 80% will take you about 30 minutes in a best case scenario. Enthusiasts are familiar with the Polestar brand, but globally Polestar has a very small footprint, and in Canada it's limited to basically the 3 big markets. The Polestar 3 here, well, it's more expensive than a Cadillac Lyriq and about on par with the Mercedes-Benz EQE and the BMW iX. But this rig, what does it have going for it? Dynamic handling, excellent performance characteristics, modern technology, and a very, very well thought out design inside and out. So if you're looking for a premium all-electric SUV, you really must test drive the Polestar 3. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeremy Cato, and this is CatoCarGuy.com. We'll see you next time.